Hello, everyone. Welcome to Do Space's webinar series. Well, bunch of series for this whole quarantine period. My name is Ruth, and I will be leading you on this webinar. As soon as, every time I stop share, it changes. There we go. Okay. So if you guys have any questions or want to share anything, you can locate the chat function in Zoom. You can type in there. When you see like the option to choose who to chat to, under two, there should be one that says all panelists, someone directs name, or to all panelists and all attendees if you want to share everyone. You can say hello if you want to add in a little message about, why you're watching this and what you want to learn about Google virtual tours. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we're doing a little virtual tour. And I said, my name is Ruth. I'm a community learning specialist. Fun facts about me is that I like parrots. I also like playing video games, which got me into a little bit of virtual reality. But as you guys who want to share, you can also share your own hobbies. You can do that. Virtuality is actually a pretty fun hobby. But if you do not know what virtual reality is, virtuality is very much putting yourself in a virtual world. I don't know if you guys have seen like things like The Matrix. Not exactly like that, where you have machines taking over everything. You've way more freedom than that, but like you have like a little headset you put on with a little screen. And it like lets you see this whole virtual world in 3D where you look around. It tracks your head movement, so the whole world moves around too. Usually it looks along lines like this little image right here. You got headset. This is the Vive, HTC Vive right here. Sometimes there's controllers, sometimes there's no controllers, depending on what kind of headset you have. This is one of the more expensive models right here. But right here, they see that they're in electronics room and they have a fire extinguisher. I guess they're putting out a fire, but they can like look around. If they turn around in physical space, the scene turns around too. So that's a little bit about virtual world. You are putting yourself in another world versus like augmented reality. If you ever heard of augmented reality, you're changing the world you're in right now. You're still physically here, but like you're just virtually looking at something else. For virtual reality, augmented reality might hold up a screen like with your phone, and it like overlays something digital in something you see. Sorry about that. Those are my birds. So if you guys want to go ahead and look up Google Tour Creator, you can follow along with me on how I'm making my own tour, or you can watch and see how I do it, and then maybe after this, start making your own tour. So during this quarantine time, virtual reality is kind of picking up a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit, where people are starting to buy more headsets so they can get themselves up and moving around instead of being stuck sitting around all day. So they're like recreating their world through virtual reality. Google Tour Creator is very much of recording a space that you have in like real life, like your backyard. Take a bunch of pictures around. You can stitch it together or get a 360 camera and you upload it to Tour Creator and you can show other people different cool things. Now, you don't have to have an expensive headset to try this out. You just need a mobile device. If you look at my screen right now, this right here is the little cardboard headset. Except not a cardboard, it's a Merge headset right here, and you can take your like phone right here and just like open your app, insert it in, and these have like special serrated lens. You really need these kind of lenses for doing virtual reality, because if you don't have that type of lens, it's kind of hard to visually see depth without it in virtual reality. You can get them really cheap through Amazon if you can right now, or through other means. Otherwise, it doesn't really work that well without those lenses. So that's why people sell them instead of just doing, oh, I'm going to make a cardboard box and put it there. You need those like serrated lenses. And yeah, for this headset, the reason why it's a little bit more different is because it's got like little adjustable lenses back and forth. And you can press a button that touches your screen for you. You can put it over your eyes, view app as you wish. And then there's the more expensive example that I showed you with HTC Vive, where like not only is it a screen, like a little lens over your head displaying what you see on your computer screen, it has those controllers that you use your hands in 3D movement. Rather, with this headset right here, you don't have a controller unless you buy one, and you can only track your movement of your head, but it doesn't track your physical movement walking around like the more expensive headsets does. So if you guys are at Google, you can go ahead and create an account. After you click through here, it asks you to get started. I already have an account logged in. I just use my Google account to get in here. So when I click get started, it's going to go right into here. Now I'm going to show you guys an example of a space one. I'm going to switch share screens to the iPad that I had to kind of see a little bit better what it looks like. So I'm going to stop share for a moment and then switch share to the iPad I have. For Google Tour Creator, you can create the tour on Tour Creator, but it's kind of harder to view in VR unless you have this little app called Expeditions. I just open it. It's free to use. Earlier today, well not today, a few days ago, I made my own tour of my backyard. So I'm going to go ahead and open that one. If I just click, I don't have annotation here unfortunately, but if you look in the middle of the screen, see my name right there, and right below it, it says View in VR, and then Guide. So if you want, you can add like little guided tours digitally. I'm going to go ahead and touch View and allow it to use my camera. It has like some music in the background, but I muted it for like environments. And this is not the VR view. This is the web view if you don't want to do in VR. It's just a nice little 360 picture. And when I did this, I was in an area without internet, so it didn't stitch very well. You can see right there, there's some little weirdness going on because like for the pictures I had between that scene, that area, didn't get uploaded. But you have like this little walkthrough thing where if I can touch different categories and have images pop up. For me, this isn't as interesting as VR, so I'm going to close out of that one and switch to VR. Now you're going to see two screens pop up at the same time. It's because when you put this in VR mode, it's going to duplicate one, like a scene for both eyes, so it's going to show a little weirdness here. So it's has a little prop to switch, and I just rotate sideways, and there it is. So now it's like a little more bubbly type of view. And it's got like little welcome things telling you to touch screen. And then you can like look around. And I like rotate around, so it's like more 360. So I'm like physically moving my iPad around to see different things. Right over here, it's a little harder to see. It went away. But there's an option to play sound. I actually added some fun bird sounds in there, but I muted it so you guys don't get really annoyed with the sound of birds, but you can do that. You got a little information here that I touch a little bit. It guides me to where to look. I had a little bit of trouble placing that squirrel. But you can always adjust. I can show you guys how to adjust it, move it around. It's got a little information about the eastern gray squirrel, about animals I can find in my backyard. And then if I look around, there's like a little picture right there. If I tap on that on the screen, it'll show me the picture of deer that I could find in my backyard. A little bit more information. And if I go point at this arrow right here, I tap on the screen. Some headsets come with like a little button tap that touches the screen for you, so you don't have to worry about taking out the phone and do that. And then there you go, guides me to woodpecker. Gives me a little bit of information about woodpecker. And then the raccoon, I have to turn it the other way. There's, the raccoon, some information about the raccoon, and then back to the squirrel at the end. There you go, exit, and done there. So now I'm going to go back into share my screen. So I added like a title, description, right down here. I'm going to put the category places and scenes. And I have a scene down here where I got all my options. So I'm just giving you background what it looks like. I'm going to make a tour from scratch, but this is what the insides of that tour looks like, where I have like these little interest points. And then there's that picture of the raccoon right there. And then if I scroll over here, there's that deer picture, and over on the right side of the screen, you'll see some information about the deer. You can add annotations where either Google reads it with that like very monotone Google talking voice, or you can record your own. Up here, you got scene ambient audio. So when people on, like I encourage adding sound because it feels much more immersive, gets you much more into the environment if sound's playing. And there's always an option to add other scenes. So I'm going to go ahead and close that one. And we're going to go ahead and create a tour. So if you just signed up for Google Tour Creator, you will have nothing here except for templates. I have some astronomy virus templates where you go over to templates and click on one and edit it. This is what I did first to learn how to use Tour Creator because I was a little confused, like, how do I start this? This has a great way to learn how people put together different things. I'm going to go back and go from New Tour Creator. I can select an image. I'm going to do space outside for my tour. I'm going to do, sorry about that, there's a little bird. Do space out, I guess check out outside of do space. So you don't have to create your own 360 photo. Tour Creator lets you choose like somewhere on their Google Maps already where they already have Street View. You can take like that spot there and create a tour through that. So you don't have to do a picture. Usually when they want you to submit Tour Creator, they want you to submit a cover picture. So I'm just going to select an image, click the random one from my desktop for now. I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of that a little bit later. But you can create this, and when you want to, there's that little location of the little app right there, Expeditions for you if you want to view it in VR. So I'm going to go ahead and click create. Again, if you guys have any questions, you can type in chat any questions you have, or in Q&A, and I can answer it live. So after creating more, I have the option to choose a place through Google Maps, or I can upload an image, drop a 360 180 image here. I'm going to show you how I created that a little bit actually after I choose a screen over here. But first I'm going to find DSpace, and DSpace is 7205 Dodge Street. There we go. Oh, looks like it got me inside the building. That's the upstairs area. I'm actually gonna move, it works like Google Maps where I can move my little character around. Someone submitted a bunch of 360 pictures at the second floor. Fortunately, we don't have any 360 pictures on Google at the first floor, but here we go. There's that intersection. I'm actually gonna move a little bit closer. A little bit closer, there we go. And there's DSpace, lovely spring day. And it looks like Kid Coders is being advertised on the screen. So I'm going to click Add to Scene. There we go. I'm going to type outside. It's got a little description, like the little word it is. And I can add a description saying this is the outside of DSpace. There you go. And right here is where I can add scene narration or music in there. If I want to add some music, I would just click on that and drop an audio file right in here. If you do your own recording, put in there, or you can find your own commercial-free license music or other sounds, and you just drop in there, upload it, and it just plays for you. So earlier where I had points of interest, like the little deer and like some woodpeckers and such. So I am going to add a point of interest, probably add, if you click add on the right side here, it'll give you like a little blue circle. I'm gonna do it right on the screen right here. And you can actually add pictures. So if I do open a new tab, I'm gonna type do space. Hopefully I can find some pictures in Google of do space. And yep, there is do space. So I can do something like, find a decent picture. Probably do one later of another interest point, different spots, but I'm actually gonna grab this one here. Save. And then I'm gonna grab main building here. Save. And then that's a good inside picture. Save. And then what about the membership card? Oh, there we go, our front screen. I'll save that one. Here we go. So now I'm gonna go back to Tour Creator right here. So for that little billboard, I'm actually gonna select the image of the inside screen. Open. There you go. I can like rotate it with this little rotate 90 degrees tool if I wanted to, or click the trash can if I don't really like it so much. When you guys add your own pictures on here, the only allowed file types are PNGs, JPEGs, and JPG, which is very similar to JPEG already. And then once you're satisfied with your picture, go ahead and click add. There we go. And here you can see you have like the little thing. So like we saw earlier with the iPad where I went over, I have my little like screen facing that little point of interest. It opened up that image. And you saw earlier that the squirrel was kind of overlapped with the text next to it. I'm gonna try and move this off to the side a little bit so it doesn't have that issue. Make it a little bit bigger. So it's easier to see. Actually, I'm gonna move it off to the right where it covers the street. There we go. And the picture's a little bit distorted, so I don't want to make it too big. So I don't want people to be like, wow, that image is really pixelated. So I'm going to keep it small so people don't notice it as much. So back on the right side here, after I image the picture, I forgot to mention how you move it around. I hold left click down and on the image and it lets me drag it around. If I want to resize it, I click on one of the blue cubes on the edges over here. So I can click on that and shrink it by dragging it in, dragging out to make it larger. If I want to make it skinnier, I can grab one of the top squares, bottom squares, so left and right squares if I wanted to do that. I like to keep things proportional. So I usually don't do that, but if you needed to, you can always do that. So once you got your image the way you want it, you can go back to the right side of your interest point. You want to name it like what it is. So I'm going to say, I don't know, outside sign. And I can give a little description. Like do spaces outside sign. I don't remember what it was made of. It was like made up of like lots of little LEDs. I might have to come back and edit that later. But it's made of thousands. Oops, if I could spell right. Thousands of LEDs. There we go. We also have an interactable. Now I'm talking about the inside. That's the reason why I put the image right there for the inside. But we also have an interactable sign on the inside for patrons. Thank goodness, or spell check. For patrons. I just hit enter to finish. Well, doing that, I can also just click off. And even though it went away, a little circle over here, because I clicked outside of the interest point, if I click on that again, it lets me view it again and edit it. And I can add narration if I want. I'm not. I can click off. Now I'm just going to add one more point of interest because there's a little bit more you can do through Google Tour. You don't have to do realistic pictures. I'm going to show you guys a little bit with 3D models and such if you want to add to Tour Creator. I'm just starting off with a photo that you guys can see right away. So I'm going to add, I don't really have anything I want to do back over here. So it's kind of hard. I want to find more interest points. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. So on the lower left here, there's a starting view, right? You can click on. So when you first open your tour, it will show that part that you want people to see first. So I click on set starting view here. It resets it to, I'm going to rotate around. Oh, nope, too far. Right about here. That's where I want it. And I just click save. There we go. So now when people open this, we'll start there. Now I'm just going to add one more point of interest. I can add so many points of interest as I wanted to, but I'm going to do one probably right up here for the second floor of what people can see. Nah, I'm actually gonna do it right down here. I'm gonna pick a picture, select image. So I click on the little mountain picture. Oh, I'm gonna do one of the inside of the building. Kind of just name it inside. Type this is what a computer lab looks like. Inside. Here we go. I can add a sound if I want. I can position the image around a little bit, change the size. In Tour Creator, you kind of want to make the images largish because, well, if you're not going to do VR mode, you don't have to worry about it as much. But if you want to do VR mode, you want to make the images large because you can't place where the text goes. That's why you saw that weird cropping of the text on top of my scroll picture earlier, because it's really hard to position and move around. So another way around that is to make your image really large. Oops, sorry about that again. With quarantine, we're kind of stuck with our pets in a building, so they're a little loud sometimes. If they're unbearably loud, let me know and I'm going to do something about it. Okay, now back to this. So I was saying making the pictures large because of that weird text overlap, or try to get an image that's either like most of the interesting part is on the right side, so you don't have to worry about that as much. Okay. Now, if you want to do multiple scenes, not like I don't want to just show this out here. Maybe I want to show another 360 example on the inside. So on the bottom of the website, you can see add scene, and then you can choose another place if you want, or upload a picture. I am having a hard time finding our space. This is definitely not Omaha Footscott. Maybe that's the river. I don't know, I'm kind of having, I'm looking, I'm like, that's not Omaha. Hodge Street, there we go. Now that's Omaha. And here's that part where we got the inside again of the second floor. So I'm going to try to find a spot that's like out in the main area. Yep, there we go. Maybe towards, if I left click on the little yellow guide right on the left side here, and I hover over, it shows me like little previews of different areas. There we go. Is this like in the middle? Yes, this is in the middle. So I kind of like this. Yep, pretty good. I can also adjust it by clicking these little arrows. I probably should have done that instead of holding the little character over here. But yeah, I like where this is. I'm going to click add scene. There we go. My view is kind of right behind these chairs right here. People can look around. Again, I can add description, credits, add interest points. In the app itself with Expeditions, if you view this tour, you have the option if you like look down, if you have VR mode on, you look down, you have the option to change scenes. So that's how you can change scenes in there. On the website, you just click next scene. So I'm just doing MCCO2 space. There you go. So that's about the end of this tour right here. Well, example-wise, like I could add so much more details about everything, but for all of its purposes for this webinar, this is the end of this one right here. So once you're done, and if you want to share it with other people, you go up to the top of the screen, and there's this little publish button right here. Right, I click and I click publish. And I can make it public or private. I'm going to keep this one unlisted for private. You can still share it. It's just people won't be able to see it as easily publicly if you want to keep everything private. So I click publish, it's loading, and there's that link. And if I click on that link, it takes me to the tour. So this is the website version right here. Of course, again, I can go open the iPad and go to Expeditions and view in VR. There's the interest point right there. Little description. Here's an interest point right here. And then if I want to change scenes, I see right here, it's kind of hard to see, it's kind of really bright, but at the bottom of the picture, scene 1, scene 2, I just click on the next arrow and takes me next one. The website version kind of does this like little rotating thing, but you can also left click and drag around. So on a VR, I can like look up and down all around. You can see right here, there's that weird stitching issue with photo, or I guess someone took this on a 360 pod and kind of ignored the bottom. If you look directly on top, there's that issue there because those are the blind spots on the 360 camera. What you saw earlier, the forest, that was just the issue uploading that I have. So if you guys have any questions about Tour Creator, you can ask now. The next part I'm going to do is showing how to take a 360 picture on a mobile phone. Take a moment, let people ask any questions. I'm going to go ahead, open my folder of folders here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and open the video. So I took a screen cap of my phone doing this picture here. But you can download, if you want to do, you can do actually pretty much use any panoramic app, either on the App Store or on the Play Store. But I just chose Street View because it was part of Google package, already had it. So I downloaded Street View. I'm gonna go ahead full screen this. There you go, so you can see it better. So right here, I got Street View. I recorded this so I'll make it easier to show example of how I got the pictures. So it lets you open it up. I ask you a bunch of permissions saying, yes, I'm okay with doing this. And you can link a 360 camera or use your own. Here I'm using my own camera. When you're doing panoramic pictures, it kind of just follows these dots around and it captures that spot right there. So you can see like in the foresty area, just, you know, moving around, capturing different spots. Thing is, that little perspective does change and the way it stitches can be weird. So you want to keep your camera like close to you, the exact same spot as you move around. You don't want to move your arms about because if you move your arms around, your image can be distorted at the end. So you can try moving with your waist instead and with your feet. Instead, try to keep your feet at the same spot. Yeah. So I just got a question saying I'd also like to learn how to view virtual tours that are already available. Yes, I can show you that. I'll actually go back to my iPad and show you guys how to do that as soon as this is done right here. I had some trouble in there because I was kind of stretching, turning around there. I'm kind of going to skip towards the end here. At the bottom, there's like a little progress bar saying you got all the pictures or not. I'm like looking around trying to find that last picture. Kind of turn around a little bit, hit down. There we go. And I'm still missing a picture. Kind of looking around for it. It's at the top. There we go. And then I just touch that check mark and it starts stitching the picture together. And I'm just going to go skip through a little bit more. And there's that photo. Of course, this is the one that doesn't have as many problems. Nope, that is the one that has problems because it kind of deleted the whole backside when I was trying to upload. But yeah, you just save that to your phone or to an email, and you can email it to yourself and open up Tour Creator and add the picture. Now, I'm going to bring back up my iPad here. So you might see screens change again. Okay. So I'm going to stop share here and start broadcast. So it's going to change screens again. There we go. So if I go to the App Store, I can look up, if you want to view tours, you don't want to use Tour Creator because there is no Tour Creator app. You have to use a browser on your mobile device. You have to use, I have to use a browser like Safari or Chrome to edit things because there isn't really an app for it. But they have a companion app called Expeditions. So I got up Expeditions on the upper right, left right there. They also have Cardboard. You can download tours through Cardboard, but if you want to do things directly from Tour Creator, you need to download the app called Expeditions. It's free. I don't know why they didn't just combine Expeditions and Tour Creator together. It would have been, I don't know, it seems more seamless that way, but I guess they kept it separate. Make it easier for students to find it. But if I click open, you can see, oh, I'm still here in the app. I'm going to go back. There you go. So I got my tours right here is the main screen, but at the bottom you can see library, class, and discover. If I touch discover, I get all these different tour options. So I can look up festivals around the world, and then Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Sites. It has a little featured at the top, and I can scroll down, see some recently downloaded ones. Oh, you can see someone made a 3D model right here, gears right here. Someone did a little 3D model of wasps. Someone did one of Cell, got one of the dolphins here, dinosaurs. You can also search by category. So I can do science, have some science themed tours. I could search one I'm gonna do a zoo maybe, and I get some options of different zoos. I'm sad that Henry Dory Zoo doesn't have one on here, but we got these options here, so they're pretty cool. And I can unselect a category by just touching right on again. Gives me nothing. Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna do festivals around the world. So once I select a tour, I can touch download viewer guide. I'm gonna touch download to view. This one, yep, has a VR option, so I can do view in VR. It's gonna be weird again. It's gonna show those two screens. I'll turn this sideways.
Diwali. Oh. Diwali is from India and is also
sound in there too. I'm gonna just do regular view, so it doesn't play that sound automatically. And it makes it easier for you guys to see. But I can rotate around. See these pretty festivals set up. That is really pretty here. Oh, those lanterns are beautiful. It's like a scene. Oh wow, that is really pretty. Yeah, a lot of people have done really cool stuff. And I can touch the bottom, get descriptions of how they marked up their tour. If I was in VR mode, I will look at different points and it'll highlight and open up a picture. But in the website view, I can just touch a different scene. I'm not going to touch one because I'm afraid it'll start playing a bunch of sound and you guys would be like, what is that? So I'm going to stay out of that for now. So that is basically it of how to view tours that were made in Tour Creator. If you were trying to view one that you've made, like I just did, I'm going to go back to Expeditions here. You saw a little bit of moment there where at the bottom I can touch library. If I'm signed into my Gmail account, I can see ones I made, and then I can like touch that one and download it to view it. So I got this astronomy ones from one of the templates that I downloaded to test out. I can touch view. And this one's actually quite interesting because it's got like little extra like scenes that go in here. You can like scroll around, and if I touch one of these, where is it? It doesn't take me there. Oh, there's a little arrow. It's just kind of hard to see when. There we go. It's got little scenes and go through and stuff. So that's how you can download ones you've made. Or you can search up the link too. And you also have downloads where you can touch downloads and see all the ones you've downloaded, like festivals around the world. So I'm going to share my main screen again. So it's going to change. Share. There we go. And I have to open up chat again. There we go. So in order to see 360 view, someone asked, you move the cursor around or you move the iPad, iPhone? When you do VR mode, you move the actual iPad or mobile device around. If you are on the computer or you choose regular view, not VR view, you just scroll around by like moving either if you're on the computer, mouse, or swiping around with your finger if you are in the view mode instead of the VR view. Okay, there we go. So I just want to show you a little extra cool thing here next that I kind of like figure out. So if you don't have an expensive headset, but you have the capabilities of viewing 3D models on your computer or adding them and such. If you have a strong enough computer to do that, but not have a headset and do VR, you can do something like this. You can do this in multiple, like, different VR viewers. My preferred one is Unreal. Unreal actually has the ability to view in VR in it if you have one of those more expensive headsets. And I'm going to stop here a moment. Hopefully, Great Plains Conference, I hope I answered your question. Well, if you want me to like elaborate a little bit more on it, you can ask another question. Okay, good. Yeah, kind of forgot to check there. Sorry about that. So Unreal is a free game engine. It's actually being used for a lot of cinema now, which is really cool rather than games, but it's a really, really powerful program. You kind of need a strong computer to use it, but you can do 3D models on your computer just fine. In a 3D application, you should be able to see Unreal. You don't have to use Unreal. You can use other things like Unity. Think Sketchfab is another. It's like a viewer that you can use for your website. You can download 3D model and add it to Tour Creator if you want to have a more 3D view. But here I have this little like cave scene. I'm kind of like moving around through it, through the ground, rotating around. I want to try to go through slowly because it might lag a little bit on your guys' screen. But I have this little cave scene I downloaded from their library. And it's got like these little light up areas. There's a lot of things going on in here. It will take some time to learn Unreal, but it has the option to take panoramic pictures in it. I have this camera right here. So I have this camera added in. And you guys can like look up Cube camera in this engine. It'll pop this up. And then I can create my own little texture capture, which I did. And it takes the current picture. I'm going to go ahead and double click on it so you can get a better view of what I'm saying here. This is the image it's taking right now. If I move the camera, like I'm going to move it forward, it's going to take a little bit because I have a Photoshop open too. Oh no, I think I might have slowed down my computer there. There we go. Yeah. So it's slightly different. It's a little bit brighter now. Yep, it's auto-saving. Changing it. It's a little bit brighter. I can also rotate it around. You will see like different things. I'm not going to do that right now because I have a few other programs opening that's slowing down my computer open. But yeah, I got the capture there. I would then right click on it and do like a save, and it saves it as an HDR image, which you need to open a photo editing program to change to JPEG or PNG for Tor Creator. So I'm going to go ahead and close Unreal. I just want to show that so you can, like, you know, add your own 3D models in there, make your own scenes. So right over here, that's Epic Real Engine. I'm going to open up Photoshop. And here's my image. So I could probably add overlays. Over in Tor Creator, that space scene that we saw earlier, I am going to go done, back. That space scene we saw earlier actually has that on another scene. If they go to our universe, you can see like someone made like a 360 picture and like stitched in other elements in here, and they put like the information at the bottom. So you don't have to do the interest point overlay. You can just like add the image into your 360 picture and then add text at the bottom if you want to control the oh, there we go. If you want to control where the text goes a little bit better. But right here, yeah, someone's got like a 360 picture of space and looks like they photoshopped in a few extra images right here. So I can do that here. I can just like, if you can, we're gonna do in a Photoshop class later as a webinar. You can view that for more details on this. But I'm just showing an example here how I have my picture from Unreal, and I'm gonna add an image I downloaded. It's gonna be a little weird, but I'm gonna do a little map right here. It's loading. Nope. There it is. So I can like overlay this. I can like make it prettier, maybe like the space pictures better. Maybe add some dinosaurs in there if I wanted to. I'm actually gonna move this over here away from the prettier part and then do a save as. I'm gonna save it as, oh wait, nope, I forgot. Because Unreal, it saves the image as a much higher bit channel, so I'm gonna change it to 8, merge, and that's not the one. There we go. I'll save it right there. Now let me save it as a JPEG. So I'm gonna do a little save as. I name it Capture 2. Make it the highest quality. Like, why do I want it less quality? I'm gonna go ahead and close Photoshop here. That's from space one. I'm gonna go back here. This is my little 3D test I did earlier where I added that cave scene. This is without the image that I added in Photoshop. But you can see here that I took a panoramic image from a 3D scene. So if I want to do something more, a little bit more interesting, but I don't have an expensive headset, I can do something along like this. Or I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna create another tour. I'm just gonna name it test for now. And this is where I'll upload that image. So I can go upload, select 360 or 180. And I'm gonna upload the one with the little do space map that I have in there. Add to scene, and whoa, I zoomed in. I should have made that a little bit smaller. But you can see, because it's a panoramic image, Google Tor Creator kind of curved the image, like this little square a little bit. So it wraps around the view. And then I can add a point of interest right next to it right here. And this is some text. There you go. And then I could publish. It wants me to add a main photo. I'm gonna go right here, select image. I'm gonna select that little image right there. Publish. Publish. So you guys can get a little example of it showing text next to it. Yep, there it is. And if I click right here, the little text shows up. This is some text of this little scene right here. And click on this box on the upper right to do full screen mode. But there we go. So that's how you can add a few more things in here. Another thing you can do, if you don't want to make your own 3D models, you can go to Google Poly or use something like Unreal. This is really powerful, but Google Poly is another thing that connects to Tour Creator, where people post like their paintings from Tilt Brush, and Tour is also in here. So you can also download the Poly app and use through some people's paintings. But here they're supposed to, I think I went to the wrong website, but I know that they also have like 3D models you can download. I got Create GIF. This is like another VR scene if you want to view it. Uses the same type of technology. Poly is just a different name of Tour Creator, but more towards 3D models. Your main Tilt Brush. I believe I have to find one that's listed in free. And click on the dot. Nope. Used to be that way where it could, but let's do Google 3D models. Oh, SketchUp. There we go. That's owned by Google. But you can find 3D models who want to do more towards a scene. I can download it. Oh, gotta be signed in. But once I download it, I have to place it in a 3D program like Unreal, Unity, SketchUp, and probably look up a way to take a panoramic picture in there as I place different objects so I can bring it into Tour Creator. Or maybe I can go to Photoshop and just take one view of the 3D model that I like and place it anywhere I want. So we're towards the end here. If you guys have any more questions about Google Tour Creator, expeditions, getting some cool 3D scenes in here, you can go ahead and ask. We have about 10 minutes left. Here we go. I'll give you guys some time to ask a few questions. I would reopen Unreal, but it takes to open. Well, nope. I'm actually going to go ahead and open up Epic. Wow, you guys are asking a question here. Yeah. So this is where Unreal is with Epic Games. They made Unreal where it's not only used for gaming, but for architecture. This is the library where we got those 3D scenes. They also have a little learning thing if you want to get into making like more in-depth VR stuff, rather just Tour Creator. Because Tour Creator is limited on the images you can make. You can't really interact with things besides seeing things in text and hearing sounds. It's a little, I would like to do a webinar on Unreal a little bit more, but it requires everyone to have a really powerful computer to use it, unfortunately. But I can go ahead, open that again. Again, if you got any questions, you can type them in chat and I can answer them. I got some time to show a little bit more of Unreal because it's got like really cool 3D scenes. It takes a bit to load. Yeah. Well, looks like we don't have any questions here. I'm just going to show placing any 3D object and then I'll end. If you guys do have questions, I'm going to go back over to my presentation here. And I showed you guys how to test it already, but oops. But if you guys create anything really cool on Google Tour Creator, share what you've done on Facebook to us. And we'll love to like share it around the world because we love see what people are making. And if you got any more questions, you can email us at hello@dospace.org, or you can go to dospace.org itself. We actually added this little chat function that people can ask questions, technology. Yep, there it is. Online, we are here. You can type right in there, ask different questions you guys have, and it will help you right out. I'm going to go back right into Unreal here. And here, this is a generic 3D scene, but I can go through Unreal and add like, I'm gonna add this lamp here. It's a really tiny lamp. And if I want to like create, oops, there we go. If I want to create my own VR scene tour creator, I can like place objects in here, add that camera in, and take a picture. But thank you very much for joining us today. And if you got any questions, you can go to dospace.org or email us. Email us at hello@dospace.org, or go to our website at dospace.org and go to that little chat function on the bottom right, ask us questions. And please do share your awesome virtual tours. Thank you and have a good day.